What do we know about the iPhone 7? Not a lot so far, but rumors are already starting to emerge and we can take some educated guesses based on Apple's past form. We expect a whole lot more information to trickle through in the coming month, so stay glued to this page for updates, but here's what we know so far. When's it out? The iPhone 7, or the iPhone SIXS as it's probably more likely to be called giving Apple's naming strategy, will probably launch in September 2015. While there's no news or rumors yet on when it will launch, September seems like a pretty safe bet as past iPhones have launched then. What will it cost? The iPhone 6 starts at £539, so you can expect the iPhone 7 to cost at least that, and it may even cost more, as not only will it likely be a more powerful device but Apple is known for its high prices. What design will it have? In all likelihood the iPhone SIXS will have the same design as the iPhone 6, because Apple tends to keep the same design for 2 years. However, it may undergo a few tweaks, such as being made a little slimmer for example, but that's just speculation at this point. The concept designer Martin Hajek has predicted minimal design changes in his concept below, which sits well with Apple's tradition for gradual design changes. What do we know about the screen? The screen will probably stay much the same too, as Apple upped it to 4.7 inches with the iPhone 6 and is unlikely to make another change to the size so soon. It upped the resolution too, so we'd expect that to stay the same, at 1334 x 750, on the iPhone 7, though the Cupertino company might well improve it in other ways, for example making it brighter or improving the contrast. There is however a small chance that we could see a radically different screen, as Apple has patented a sidewall display which would see the screen wrap around the sides of the device. It seems very unlikely that Apple would implement such a risky idea though, when it only releases a couple of phones a year. Whether flat or curved, the screen might be made out of sapphire. This was rumored for the iPhone 6 yet never came to fruition, so it's possible that the iPhone 7 will have it instead. If it did, it would be far stronger than most smartphone screens. What are the specs likely to be? There aren't really any specs rumors, though some things we can take an educated guess at. For example, it will almost certainly have an A9 processor, following on from the A8X in the iPad Air 2. It will also probably have either 1 or 2 GB of RAM. So far Apple has stuck with 1 GB of RAM, but with rivals going up to 3 and by the iPhone 7s launch possibly even 4 GB of RAM, it's not unreasonable to think that Apple might give its flagship a boost. It will also of course come with Touch ID and will probably run iOS 9, whatever that ends up entailing. One thing that there are rumors about is the camera, as during an episode of the talk show, the fairly reliable John Gruber claimed that he'd heard the iPhone 7 would have the biggest camera jump ever, and that it would have a 2-lens system where the back camera uses 2 lenses and it somehow takes it up into DSLR quality imagery. Those are some bold claims, but based on them we can take a guess as to what camera technology might be involved. There's Sony's newly announced IMX230 for example, which is 21 megapixels and the first stack CMOS imaging sensor to feature an onboard image plane phase detection AF signal processing function, allowing it to more easily maintain focus on fast-moving objects. It can also record 4K video in HDR and take high-resolution photos in HDR. Why is any of this relevant to the iPhone 7? Because Apple uses Sony's camera tech in its phones and this sounds like it could fit the bill. Another more unlikely possibility is that it will have a swappable lens, much like an actual DSLR. That doesn't seem like it would fit with Apple's sleek and simple design philosophy, but the company has filed various patents which point to such a system. The iPhone May 7 also support wireless charging, as that's a feature which is expected in the Apple Watch.